Imagine this for a second. Picture a town, maybe Bhilwara in Rajasthan. Sun beating down, dusk streets, you know the scene?
Yeah, bustling, full of life.
Exactly. Neighbors chatting over chai, the usual rhythm. But then something happens. Not loud or flashy, just this quiet act of humanity.
Right, something that just stops everyone.
It makes you think, wow, connection really does run deeper than any label we use.
It really does. And that's what drew us into this story, the one we're diving into today. It surfaced just recently, a Sunday in September 2025 from Bhilwara.
Bhilwara, right. Known for its textiles, but also, it seems, this kind of resilient spirit.
Absolutely. And this isn't just some, local news snippet. We felt it was, well, a window. A window into the strength of human bonds, sometimes in the most surprising ways.
It really captivated us, too, because it challenges, I think, what we assume about family, about community, what it really means to care.
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit more. The person at the heart of this, Shanti Devi.
Shanti Devi. 67 years old, a widow living in Gandhinagar, in the Jangi Chowk area of Bhilwara.
And her life, especially recently, it hadn't been easy. Since 2018, she'd faced just immense loss.
Heartbreaking, really.
Right, yeah.
Lost all three daughters and her only son, too.
Yeah, you can just imagine the quietness in her home. It's described as modest, holding memories, but now, tinged with that solitude.
A heavy weight. But the story shows she wasn't entirely alone.
No, she wasn't. And this is where it gets really interesting. Enter Asgar Ali Khan.
Asgar, 30 years old, a
Right.
local guy from the same neighborhood.
Right, and the connection, this is key, it wasn't blood. Not family in the traditional sense.
It grew
Yeah.
organically, like the
His-
script says.
Exactly like that, like soil nurturing a plant. Shanti Devi apparently saw something in him when he was younger. Potential? Maybe.
And she offered guidance, warm meals,
Yeah.
like a mother would.
Precisely. She sort of took him under her wing.
Correct.
Offered that kind of maternal support, Guidance, warmth, a sense of belonging.
That's quite beautiful in itself, an informal bond.
It is. And it really solidified during a tough time for everyone, the COVID pandemic.
Ah, yes, that period of fear, isolation.
Mm-hmm. When people were understandably keeping their distance, especially from older folks.
But Asgar wasn't like that with her.
No, he was there consistently, fetching her medicines, navigating all the fear and restrictions.
Totally.
Even sitting with her at the Mahatma Gandhi Hospital in Bhilwara when she was unwell, at a time when that was, frankly, risky.
That goes beyond just being neighborly.
Way beyond. To him, she wasn't just Shanti Devi, the lady next door. She was Amma.
Amma, mother.
Yeah. That term of deep affection, of respect. She offered him comfort. He gave her devotion back. It was this really personal, cherished relationship built on trust, care.
And clearly a sense of responsibility on his part.
Absolutely. Which brings us to that Sunday, September 2025.
The day she passed away.
Yes, she'd been ill for weeks, battling it, but her body finally gave out at the hospital.
And the news hit the neighborhood hard.
Like a sudden, heavy monsoon gust is how it was described. Shocking, heavy. You could feel the sorrow settle over Jangi Chowk.
So she passes away.
Yeah,
And then comes the dilemma, right?
exactly. This is the pivot point. Shanti Devi had no immediate family there, no one to hold her hand at the end, crucially.
No one to light the funeral pyre.
Precisely, which is such a vital Hindu ritual, usually done by a son or a close male relative.
And her relatives, they were far away.
Scattered across the border in Madhya Pradesh, just couldn't get there in time.
So you have this really heavy situation hanging in the air, tradition, Hindu customs, the practicalities, but no immediate family.
The weight of it. Who would honor the rites she held dear? Who would carry her bier through those streets she knew so well?
A potential dishonor, really, in the context of tradition. What happens when that support system just isn't there?
That's the question the community faced. Imagine the silence, the uncertainty.
Until Asgar.
Until Asgar. He stepped forward, apparently without hesitation.
What he said.
She was like my own mother. Just quiet conviction.
Wow. Not obligation, but devotion.
Exactly. A son's devotion. A powerful statement that just cut through everything. It wasn't just words, it was a promise.
And he wasn't alone in making that promise happen, was he?
No, not at all. He rallied his friends, his neighbors, guys from the same block who knew him, knew her, knew their bond.
Ashfaq Qureshi, Abid Qureshi, Shakir Pathan.
Faiz Qureshi, Inayat Zabid, all from the local Muslim community, ready to stand with him.
That's incredible solidarity.
It really is. They turned that grief, that concern, into action. together.
So what did they actually do? How did they handle the funeral rites?
With meticulous care. That's what's so moving. These men from a different faith, they prepared everything according to Hindu rites.
No shortcuts.
None. They learned the customs, the prayers, got guidance, made sure every detail was respected. Humility and respect, you know.
That takes real commitment.
And then Asgar himself, he shouldered the bier, became a pallbearer alongside his friends.
Leading the procession through Jangi Chowk.
Yeah. Carrying Amma through her neighborhood with such reverence, as if it was the most natural thing in the world for them to do, just pure devotion.
And the rest of the community, how do they react?
That's another beautiful layer. The local Muslim women. Many knew Shanti Devi well, shared recipes, celebrated festivals like Ramadan Iftar together over the years.
So they knew her as a neighbor, a friend.
Exactly. Not just the Hindu lady, she was part of their extended family in a way. And they joined the mourning, wept openly.
That image of shared grief breaking down barriers.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? Unexpected unity. It wasn't just Asgar and his friends. The whole community seemed to affirm this bond, shared humanity.
So the procession makes its way.
Yes, towards the cremation ground. And word had spread fast about what was happening, this extraordinary act.
And her relatives, did they make it?
They did. Just as things were concluding, they hurried in from Madhya Pradesh, breathless, but apparently so grateful.
They got to be there for the final farewell.
Yes. To see Asgar's final acts of devotion, the flames rose, a poignant close. But the air you felt wasn't just grief, it was thick with respect, unity, blurring those lines.
A powerful moment. But it didn't quite end there, did it?
No. There's one more act. Asgar fully embodying this role of a devoted son. He has plans for her ashes.
Following her wishes.
Exactly. True to what she'd apparently whispered she wanted. They'll go to the Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj.
The sacred confluence of rivers. Hugely important in Hinduism.
Or maybe closer, Matrikundia in Chittorgarh district, another significant pilgrimage site.
A final act of care, ensuring her spirit rests according to her faith.
It's a gentle tribute, echoing the care she showed in life. A promise kept.
You know, this whole deep dive into Shanti Devi and Asgar Ali Khan's story, it really makes you pause. In a world that seems so focused on what divides us.
Right. These moments of connection, they just sneak in like a cool breeze, someone said, reminding you of the warmth underneath it all.
It wasn't just duty for Asgar, was it?
Not at all. It was honoring a promise. Honoring a bond built on simple, quiet acts of care. Day in, day out.
Mutual respect. It really does redefine family, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It pushes us beyond blood ties to see family in the bonds we choose, the bonds that truly sustain us. Makes you question your own definitions, maybe.
So thinking about this story, what does it mean for you listening, for us? What about the connections in our own neighborhoods, on our streets?
Yeah, could an open heart reveal something similar? A bond beyond the usual borders, right where we live?
It's the kind of story that sticks with you, makes you look again, maybe.
Maybe inspires a deeper chat with the person next door. You never know.